So I've spoken to over 200 coaches, so I know the ins and outs of how online coaching works. And speaking to those 200 coaches, I've put together this video to go over the three main common things that pop up in why coaches aren't making as much money as they want, or why coaches aren't getting the clients that they want either. So in today's video, I'm literally going to go over what I noticed from speaking to over 200 coaches and what are the most common problems holding coaches back from getting more clients. And the first one is a lot of the coaches I speak to, they have no specific person in mind, right? So this is a massive problem because every single conversation, every piece of content, every single DM these coaches send or obviously post a piece of content every time they do that, it's not written for no one in particular. And they're not doing this because they're lazy, like they're not doing it in a lazy way, but it was in a genuinely well-intentioned way, but fundamentally broken way. And what I mean by that is, all these coaches wanted to help as many people as possible. Obviously, because as a coach and as someone who helps someone out, you obviously want to touch and help as many people as possible with what you actually offer. Obviously, you want to help those people, right? And so they kept just saying things like, I help people get fit, I help anybody, I'll take on anybody, right? And they're not doing it for the money, they're doing it because they want to genuinely help people. They just want to help anyone that comes within their kind of pipeline or within their messages or anything like that. Like, they just take on anyone because they feel like when they take on anyone, they're helping everyone. And if they help everyone, they'll get more clients. But it doesn't work like that. So what they'll do is they'll just take on anyone and try and target everyone. Because coaches just think, and I used to think this, if you target everyone, you'll get more clients. But again, it just doesn't work like that. And I really do get why coaches do that because, again, it feels like you're going to get a lot more clients when you're targeting everyone, but it does the opposite. It literally holds you back from getting more clients because it makes people who desperately need your help, the people who genuinely would pay you, the people who are actually ready, the people who have been searching for exactly what you offer, scroll straight past your content without any sort of reaction. Because your content, what you're posting online, doesn't feel like it's written for them. Like, think about it like this. If you saw a post on Instagram that literally spoke about your current situation and it made you feel like that person's reading your mind, you're going to listen to that piece of content, you're going to take a deep look into who that person is, and you're probably even going to follow them. That means you've entered their ecosystem, and later on down the line, they've had their chance of you becoming one of their clients, and that's what your content needs to do. And so when something doesn't feel like it's written specifically for a specific person, it feels like it was written for everyone. And when people can feel that something is made for everyone, it connects with nobody on a deep level. And so, as I've just said, talking to everyone is connecting with no one. Yeah, you might be speaking to a broader person and you might think, oh yeah, I'm speaking to more people, I might get more clients. But when you talk to a specific person, you're going to connect with more people. And connection and building trust is a thing that's going to get you more clients. The second main kind of common thing that pops up, the common problem that pops up, is that they're posting consistently but getting no clients. And this is a massive issue, and it's the most frustrating part of the whole coaching business because posting content is the stuff that you kind of didn't sign up for as a fitness coach, because obviously you wanted to do fitness coaching, not posting content and being a marketer, right? But in order to get clients online, this is something that you need to do, and obviously I know you understand that, and you are posting content, but it's just not getting you clients. But this is because there's a gap between being seen, between posting content and actually getting clients. And almost every single coach that I spoke to and still speak to this day don't understand that at all. And they don't understand that content does one thing well. It warms people up, gets you attention, it builds a level of familiarity and builds your trust, but it doesn't close the gap. It doesn't close the gap between people seeing your content to becoming a client, because it's so hard to get a client from content, right? So content alone does not book calls and get clients. What you need to do is you need to start conversations with people, because when you're over here, when you're posting content and you expect to get clients, it's so hard. And so there's something in the middle that you need to do, and that's starting conversations to nurture people towards a call. When you get them on a call, you get them as a client. It's as simple as that. And obviously, yeah, you could get clients through content, but that only happens if you've got hundreds of thousands of followers and you're getting millions of views consistently. That's really the only way how you're actually going to get more clients through content. It's super fucking hard to get clients through content. Content is only good at two things. That's getting attention and building trust. And when you're posting content to just get clients, you're going to hit a wall. You're posting content, you hit this wall, and then you're in this loop of just posting content and getting no clients. And you do not want to be fucking stuck in this loop, right? So what you need to be doing is, you need to be posting content that gets attention and builds trust, and then you reach out to that attention you're generating, you have a conversation with those people, and that's the missing piece. The missing piece to actually getting clients through content is having conversations, because how the fuck can you expect somebody to go from content to becoming a paying client just from a 30-second reel on fucking Instagram? You need a way to actually build trust with people, have a decent conversation with someone, build trust like I said, but also give value and help people out, and that'll help people understand how you can help them. And obviously the more value you give, the more people understand, like, if they pay you, you've got a lot more value to give after that as well. So the only way to get clients is through having conversations and posting content, and that's literally, again, how simple it really is. That leads me on to the last final common problem that I see all the time, and it's that most offers that I see, most coaches' offers that I see describes a service. It doesn't solve a specific problem. And so online fitness coaching itself is not a fucking offer. It's a category. It's an industry. And nobody wakes up in the morning thinking, I need online fitness coaching. Like, nobody thinks that. People wake up thinking that they need to solve a specific problem. They wake up thinking about something a lot more specific and a lot more urgent. They're thinking things like, I'm 36, I've had 2 kids, I haven't felt like myself in 3 years, and I've started over with every single diet plan, and I'm just getting tired of it. And I need something that actually works, and someone who actually gets me and gets it, right? That's a specific problem, and that's what your offer needs to fucking solve. Your offer can't just be online coaching. Nobody's looking for that. They're looking to solve specific problems that help them solve X problem with their life, right? And so if your coaching helps solve life problems and just helps solve specific problems like that, that's where the money is, and that's where the clients are, right? So people have specific problems, and your offer should solve those specific problems, or that specific problem. And this is also the thing that is going to separate you from the rest of the coaches out there, because it's going to allow you to stand out. If you solve a specific problem, that means you're going to have to target a specific niche. That means your offer, your content, and everything's going to be different because it's more specific, meaning you're going to stand out, you're going to be able to get more clients, and actually you're also going to be able to charge a higher price as well, because the coaching is more specific, meaning it's more work on your end. And so saying things like, I help people get fit online, I help anyone, I take on anyone because I want to help more people, is just a fucking description. It's not a problem that's being solved. For example, saying something like, or targeting somebody like, I help busy mums over 35 lose the weight they've gained since having kids without starting over every Monday. This is a problem that people want to solve, and that's what your offer should solve. So nobody buys a description, they buy a solution to the problems that they want to solve, and that's what an offer is. An offer, your offer, should solve a specific person's problems. So when it comes to actually posting content, you're able to actually attract people and the people you want to coach through your content, and that's really how fucking simple it is. So this video is quite fast, but honestly those 3 things were the most common things I've seen as to why coaches struggle to get more clients. And I just want to say, like, none of these coaches were failing because they weren't trying. They were failing just because the effort was pointed in the wrong direction. Like, they had no specific person to target, they had no conversion strategy, and they had an offer that described rather than solved. And so you need to identify a specific person you want to coach. You actually need to use conversation to your advantage to actually get more conversations, to get people on calls and get more clients. I need an offer that serves and actually helps and actually is a solution to that specific person's problems. So your offer needs to actually help people solve problems, and that's what people pay money for. So I really do appreciate watching this video. Like I said, it was only a short one, but this was a lot of value because these are the most common problems that a lot of coaches face, and if you haven't solved these 3 things, then it's going to be so fucking hard for you to actually scale as an online fitness coach. So if you haven't already, subscribe, and obviously stay tuned for a lot more content like this, just free value. I'm dropping a lot of value, and that's because I just genuinely want to help people out. Also, if you do want to give me any questions, ask me any questions or anything like that, need any help, head over to my Instagram, link in the description. I'm more than happy to help you out and answer a few questions that you've got. So cheers for watching.